Hello everyone, and welcome to what is an attempt at another librarian Urbex. And today, we are out here in the middle of nowhere, looking for something that's a little bit different from the abandoned power stations and psych wards that we've been used to up until this point. I'm here today, once again with Dan. And today, the structure we're looking for may not be able to get into, is an abandoned fire control station that was built by the military in the 1940s during World War II. And the idea of this place is that it would watch the coastline for incoming enemy vessels and basically spot and target coordinates for guns at a different base. This gate is potentially a good sign. Could mean that we're not going to have any buddies bothering us. Oh wow, immediate swarms of bugs. Can't wait until we get onto a more dirt trail type area, because this grass is actually kind of tall. Now this is actually much more of a hike than usual. I mean, normally we just park pretty close by to wherever we're going, but this, I'm anticipating it's going to be, this whole place is pretty winding and roundabout, but I'm anticipating about 1.5 miles in either direction.
This trail is blue. It's marked blue. I imagine it just keeps going this way. That just goes downhill, so I don't know.
I'm looking at, I basically preloaded the Google Maps sat data, and I'm pretty sure we just continue down this ways for a while. This wider path, it should be fairly straightforward. By the time it terminates, we should be pretty close to our destination, I think.
Cool. The airport is just to our left, so hopefully we can see like a plane come down real low over us at some point.
Yeah, for a while, like for a lot of our northward journey, we're literally going to be walking parallel to the runway. Oh, look how it opens up like that. On our right is a large pond, and we're basically going to be making a circle all around to the other side of it. I'm actually we had wanted to do this earlier in the year when it was less overgrown, but I'm actually kind of grateful because we at least get to walk in relative shade. It's pretty hot out, but this doesn't feel too bad right now. And to be honest, I can tolerate the cold a lot less than I can tolerate the heat.
This is where they grow hot dogs.
Oh, that's great. Guess we're going arms up.
I guess we know this is as far as the trucks ever go.
Yep. Good sign for us. So here's what I'm thinking we might do. There are entrances to this place that are not park entrances. They're on the road we came from. Maybe we'll have a look and see if we can exit through those. We just saw some really big friggin' birds fly up ahead.
They look like vultures, but I don't think we have vultures.
I don't know, maybe some kind of like condor? I mean, these things were quite large. Wish these things had the battery to record the whole trip. Oh, there we go, there's one. I don't know what these things are. Hopefully what we've just seen is enough for somebody to tell us.
I saw them cut up these trees that way.
I think there's at least 3 or 4 of them.
There's some niche viewer
Yep, there's another one.
who's a librarian fan and a bird fan. And today's his lucky day.
Yeah. Some signs up ahead.
It's deeper now, so I guess they're not taking trucks back here anymore.
It'd at least be pretty deep. There's actually a gate up ahead, and it appears to be in pretty mangled and overgrown shape, so that would support that theory. Yeah, I'm thinking you probably could get a vehicle up here, but it would not be easy or fun. And it's starting to grow up more. There were footprints in the sand leading up to this, so people definitely walk back here, but the lot where we parked was a ghost town. Hard to even call it a lot. And I looked back on Google Earth going a while back, and in legacy images, I could never see more than one car there at a time. Right now, I guess that's us. And here's where we make our right. Yeah, we should actually be getting extremely close now. Looks wide open up ahead, which is nice. The grass not too dense, and moving downhill for a change, so that's also nice.
I wonder if that's on them. Sunny Triton. I love the garden.
Huh.
Who with her husband, Alva, did enjoy to canoe and picnic at, which I guess is right over there.
Got to be pretty close right now. I mean, it should literally be like just behind these trees somewhere. Just consult the map once more. Bugs all over. This right turn up ahead is what I think it is. Then I think we've got to be close. Should just be one more sharp right turn in the path, and then we're there. Stopped to take a break and then had to immediately move on. My bag zipper was busted. I was able to fix it. Thankfully, it looked like everything was still there. Hopefully that keeps up. Got absolutely eaten alive by mosquitoes because we dared to stop for half a second. And now we get to march uphill, but hopefully it's all about to be worth it. There's a fence over there, so maybe this used to be somebody's driveway, who knows? Still waiting for that fabled right turn.
Cool.
Oh, never mind. Okay, maybe we overshot that. Well, here's something. Here it is.
Fucking hell. Dragonfly just flew up against my neck.
Well, we made it.
That took effort.
Well, let's have a look around. There go the deer. Ooh, wow. I can actually feel this deck like buckling under my feet. Andy, a little careful, shall we? Odd choice. Putting glass over this. I'm amazed this place has held up as well as it has. It's down there.
A bucket, Jack Daniels, and my voice.
Well, what do you say we try the door, shall we? Just hope I don't fall. This is the most I've ever felt like I was going to fall through a surface. Yeah, it looks like it's actually. It looks like it's actually bolted, so we're not going to. Well, that's unexpected. Oh my. Would you look at that? Oh, look, a whole kitchen and everything. Alright, guys, I'm really excited that we were able to actually find a way in. If we couldn't, I was going to make this video about the virtues of preserving a location by not giving into the temptation to, resort to vandalism, but I am over the moon about actually being able to get into here, especially after all that effort. So, to reiterate, this place was actually built as a fire control station by the Army in the 1940s during World War II. And the idea is that elsewhere on the island are some gun batteries. This place, if it were to spot an enemy vessel heading towards the coast, it would relay those coordinates to those guns to take some action. Now, most of them just looked like concrete pillboxes, but others, like this I was reading, were built to look like, well, a house, a cottage, in order to, well, be less conspicuous. This was one of those, and from what I understand, and as we're going to look around and try and see, I believe someone actually lived here afterwards, lived in it as a house, and I think there was actually a whole drama that unfolded, so I'll try and read a little bit more about that if I can get internet in these remote parts. Guys, I'm so excited about this. Alright, well, without further ado, let's start exploring. There's my bottle being left over there to the spiders. Now, this place has pretty clearly been totally cleaned out as far as furnishings, but not entirely. Oh, that's sad but cool. Look, the remains of a piano. That is so neat. Oh, got a lot of insulation hanging from the ceiling here. This place has certainly seen better days, but my oh my, what a spacious place. Ooh, look. A raised floor. A couple of old bed springs, so I guess this right here would be a place where you could look out over the property. I wonder back in the day what the view would have looked like from here. Would it have been exactly as overgrown, or could you maybe see the ocean? What's in here? Oh. I wonder if this wasn't built specifically as a lookout spot. I think that is the direction of the ocean, so that would make sense if this whole area was more clear back then. Look at this wall, it's been bricked entirely. Huh, kind of a funny echo in here as well. Now I wonder if parts of the house weren't added on later, because right here, this little window just looks straight out onto a different one. Let's try and see what's through here.
There's a board in there. It looks like somebody tried to break in, push the whole door in.
This is a different exterior exit. Okay, well, let's have a further look around. Oh, yeah. Look at that. little boiler or stove right there. Oh, how neat is this? Yeah, all these windows, all this stuff, this certainly seems like it may have been built as a lookout. I'm not going to bother dropping the f-stop again, just to, I mean, you know what's out there at this point. It's just trees and grass all around.
So much colder in here compared to in there.
Oh yeah, it is actually quite a bit colder. What is this thing? A little piece of cabinet space, and a bathroom beneath the stairs. Well, at least there's one toilet still intact, even curtains still remaining on the walls. Oh, look, and writing on this exterior board that says bathroom downstairs. So this was probably used to mark it at some point, although I'm not quite sure why it's facing inward like this. Unless maybe it's legacy, maybe it was written at one point and then the board came down and was placed back with no care. Howdy, everyone. Wonder what other people might have stood and been reflected in this same mirror. Hey, Dan, get over here.
Back door opens too.
Back door opens?
Yeah.
Cool. Get in here. Can be a part of the shot. Here we are. Oh, look at that little bathtub. So that's the back door. Looks like there may even be a little bird's nest in there. You know, we've explored all kinds of hospitals and psych wards and power plants and such on this channel, tunnels. But things like this are my favorite, places that are just so out of the way that not a million people have experienced. No vandalism, just vacancy and time, really. A whole lot of history to go alongside it. An iron over here. The remains of ye old lint roller. Okay, if that's all for this floor then, I think it's going to be time to head on upstairs.
Ceiling is like pristine.
Oh, let's have a look at the ceiling.
There's probably wood floors under the linoleum.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that this place was renovated a few times throughout its history. I mean, remember, originally it was a military installation turned residential housing, so that's something you don't see every day. The carpeting's still on the stairs. Oh, look, there's a ladder going up to the attic. Oh, unbelievably beautiful. I am in love with this architecture. I mean, imagine how comfy this place would be on like a stormy, rainy day. That nautical wind blowing in. That window is out. Crawl space beneath it. I'm kind of surprised that this place hasn't been more destroyed by the elements. A swing hanging from the rungs of the ladder. I guess they maybe had kids here. I wonder if those kids knew what this place was. These signs cannot stop me because I cannot read. It looks like somebody tried to pry this thing off at some point, unsuccessfully, I might add. Oh my god. Well, I deserve that. I just jump scared myself. Another place with these thin windows. Another impossibly echoey room. Oh, and these tiles on the ground, they're like some kind of brick or stonework, I've just realized. That's probably why. I wonder why it would be built like that. Well, now that we're a little higher up, let's check the view. Goes up to like a landing where there's a second hatch like in the roof, but we're not going to be able to get up there. It's like there's little open crawlways in all the walls. Yeah, perfect for some old lighthouse keeper to skitter around. I just step on the mother of all dust bunnies. Well, I guess there is a little bit of vandalism, but yeah, somehow it doesn't detract from the character of the place. Just seems to mean it meant something to somebody afterwards. There's a whole lot of flies buzzing around in here. And they're echoing off of the room ambiance. Look at all this. I believe this is all. Well, braver folks might try climbing up onto the roof from here. Braver folks, but not me. I have to be very careful given the lack of any kind of railing. Dan tells me there is actually a basement to be seen. And these stairs are actually quite narrow. Oh, I see now what you meant before. Oh, wow, I really don't feel good standing on this now, but yeah, there is a basement. How do we get at that? It looks like there's quite a lot of light getting in. Maybe just from under the porch, I don't know. I'll have to get out there and have a look. Oh, I'm so excited for this place. We're definitely going to be doing a 360 tour. Finally, we get a place that we can actually spend our time with, a real pristine location. This here is padlocked. Maybe around here there's something we can use. Oh yeah, see? Now, there's some wasps here that probably won't be happy with us, so let's move on. Now this little shack down here may not be worth wading through this grass because it looks to be boarded up from here. Oh, there's where the swing came from. Look at that, an old little pond type thing. Well, as the crickets begin to stir, I've done my 360 run, done my stills run, and I think it's best we head out for now. I'm so glad to have gotten to see this place while it's here, and I think we'll shut the door behind us, make sure it's not so obvious to those who may wish to do ill. Leave it just the way we found it. But before we go, I guess I'll exposit a little bit of details on the place as I found them while we were doing this. So basically, after World War II, these types of structures were considered obsolete. And so the military essentially abandoned it, and this place fell into disrepair very quickly. However, in 1950, a family actually bought this place, only $5,000 from the look of it. Probably more in today's money, but I'd take it. And it says they cleaned the place up, gave it a little TLC, and well, it became their home for a couple decades. It says that they used kerosene lamps and candles for light, and Army space heaters and potbelly stoves for fire. And later, I guess they added the fireplace. Now, this couple divorced by the mid-50s, and the wife continued to live here. And I guess she really came to love this place, but by the 1970s, the government planned to basically do all kinds of development here that essentially would have destroyed the natural landscape. And so she got a bunch of friends, people with political power, really campaigned to try and save this place. And after, it's a long and complicated story, but eventually she was actually able to get this whole area designated as parkland. However, in the process, lost the rights to, well, the house itself. However, it seems she fought that too, and was eventually allowed to stay for another 35 years, after which point the house itself was meant to be handed over to the government. Now, she died in 1980, however, her family continued to live in the house, and according to this, they were basically, well, almost like video game helpful quest givers along the road. It says they maintained the house and occasionally aided lost hikers, bikers, and horse riders who sometimes became disoriented in the county park's dense underbrush. However, come 2010, the family was finally ordered off the property, and that's that. So it turns out this place hasn't actually been empty for as long as we initially thought, which we kind of could have gathered from the state of the inside. Crazy to think this place was actually occupied within our lifetime. But who knows, maybe it could actually be occupied again? I mean, it almost feels like someone is taking care of this place. And the article does say that there have been some efforts as recently as, well, that's not too reassuring, but as recently as 2018 to try and preserve the place. This house bears the name of the woman who lived in it and fought for it for pretty much her entire life, and whose family continued to benefit from that fight for decades after. However, I will be censoring that. See, a big part, I think, of Urbex ethics is keeping locations safe. It's the same reason why I always give these places a fake name in all these videos, but I feel like this, more than any other, it bears explaining why I do it. I mean, the hospitals that I go to, yes, I want to protect them, but also they're already pretty messed up. This place could potentially have a future. I guess I'll just finish by saying I hope you enjoyed learning about this place and its story and getting to see it. And I do this because, you know, places like this, even though there are some efforts to preserve them, they just won't always be here. And so I think the internet is just a really great way to, in some way, keep the memory intact. Not only of the structures and how cool they are to explore, but of the people who lived in them and the history that sort of attaches themselves to a place. So we are walking our way out of here. A different path from last time. Yeah, I know I already ended the video, but this bears showing just how much this sucks. We are mosquito and who knows what else bitten, covered in bugs, swatting them off constantly, taking a different route back because, according to satellite, when we do get internet, well, this all just leads into a neighborhood if we can just persevere a little more. All in all, probably about 3 miles of walking. But you know what? I'm very happy that we did this. It's probably going to be a one-and-done deal, but I'm happy that we did it.
I'm not. Who knows? When I get home and see the pictures, once I have all the film developed, maybe I'll feel differently.
For now, life is bad, but soon it will be good. Okay, which way do we go here? There's an overgrown no horses sign. I don't know if anybody's riding their horses through here anymore. Who knows how old that is. It's really rare, at least for me, to get to actually like tell the story of a place. And we've reached civilization. Gonna crawl out looking like a couple of sweaty lunatics. Well, we've made it out. And now all we have to do is walk down a road and not through this, which was the point of this detour. And then we'll be finally out of here. Oh, look, a monarch butterfly. One last good luck charm to end the day. I don't know if that's in focus or not, whatever. The point is, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. Shut up, dog. And as always, I will see you in the next one.